All right, testing, testing, 1 to 12. Haven't seen this one in a while. I'm wrapped up in a blanket. It's cold in my house, but it's other yellow hat guy here. Back with another video. Let's jump right into it. I haven't played this in a while. Get my volume up just a little bit. Now, I was hoping, you know what? Let's play the intro level. Let's play the intro. I was hoping that there would be an update for this sooner rather than later. There is not. Switch 2 has mouse controls and what have you, but Nintendo has not gone out of their way to say that you can yet. Now, my speculation is, if they do anything for this game, not saying that they will, Mario 40th anniversary, starting in September, they could say, hey, we got this right here, more content or what have you, and I would be with it. Now, I've played a lot of these intro levels. I honestly don't remember this one at all. I don't remember it at all, y'all. And it's cool because if anybody needs the warm-ups, it's your boy. Okay, so we're going to talk some stuff today. I haven't made one of these in a while. I'm trying to be, maybe once a month or whatever. I try to make these, or maybe, twice a month. You just never know. But I felt this was overdue, and I'm happy to go ahead and jump in it with y'all. Let's go to Course World. I felt like I had some courses saved. Let's see what these notifications are. I felt like I had some courses saved. Somebody played my 100-yard dash. Okay. Cool. What about this achievement info? I've played 500 courses. I like that. So they gave me a thwomp suit as a result. What is this one? Some kind of onesie. Maybe I could change outfits. I don't really know. I don't have the thwomp hat though. I could tell you, since I don't have that, I'm really not interested in changing stuff. What is this right here? A ninja garb. Or ninja garb. Definitely annoyed. And why does the dog remind me of the Adventure Time dog? What I wanted to look for was in my photo albums, really. I recently had a book signing. Some of you know, you may have went to that. Maybe you didn't. But I was happy to have done that. It was at the Greensboro Library here in North Carolina, for those of you wondering where exactly. That's where it was, and I didn't expect to sell any books, honestly, but I was more prepared this time than I was at the High Point one. The High Point one was a success as well. What ended up happening here was the way the library was set up, you just didn't really get to pay attention to the indie creators like myself. We're on the right, you go straight into the library. I feel like we should have been the first things you see when you walk in if you've got an event like that, not hidden in the corner. All of that said, myself and some others were there, some of which I saw last book signing. I guess the person who was running it, who also bought my book last time, he had the brilliant idea of saying, you know what, let me go ahead and try to get some of y'all and have you come to my location. So, that was cool. I didn't mind all of that. What it really did was allow me to network more. And I'm here on my phone still looking for these Mario Maker levels that I had saved. I may not have, the phone does up. Oh, here we go, Mario Maker right there. This collection should be, it should be pinned. For whatever reason, it's not. Let's see, can I select all? I don't want to do all that. Where are the most recent ones? There's a Super Mario Giga World. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk big things. Book signing was a big thing for me. We're also going to talk Beatemups, because I wanted to talk about that, but then I didn't want to, because I felt like, you know what? It has nothing to do with me. I have my reasons for why I don't really care for the guy, and I'll expound upon that later, but I just couldn't not say anything. Knowing that I have a sympathy for channel, not channel, but sympathy for video, section and everything. It's like, well, you don't shy away from talking about, oh, did that get deleted? Looks like it got deleted. Oh, that's a 9. 9 VF. Okay, Mario Giga. I like it. I like his outfit and everything. Let's go ahead and play this right here and try to talk about what I was going to talk about. So yeah, we'll talk about that. But let me finish we'll talk about beat 'em ups, and then we'll talk relationships and dating and stuff like that, because some of you enjoy me talking about that, and I haven't done that in a while. But going back to the book signing. They let me know so early in advance that I'm not going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. I honestly forgot about it for a little bit. I had a situation as well where, if you look on my YouTube channel, you'll see some pictures of the book signing. And the display, because, I said I wasn't prepared for the High Point one. Well, I was more prepared this time. I had learned some stuff. I had seen what other people had done that looked successful and what was working, and I said, let me do that. Now, I don't overstock books, so my books, once again, are on Amazon. So if you're looking for the stuff that I've done to date, we've got 3 books that are, for young adults, and then I've got the reference book. The reference book, 12 Principles to Instill in Your Youth, is the one that everybody, seems to like the most. Thank God that wasn't a gap there. Seems to like the most, and the children's books are the ones that I should actually be advertising more. But as a reminder, I didn't make those books to be some kind of rich and famous author. That was never the aspiration. It was just to simply have something to leave behind, like a legacy, I know Mike Tyson is like, forget legacy, blah, 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 blah. But no, what is this all for? Yeah, at the end, and I don't want to get morbid, you just end up being forgotten. But that doesn't mean you can't still be of help to somebody who doesn't know you. Doesn't mean that these videos can't entertain somebody who's not watching me right now. That one day, if they're still in circulation, you just never know what YouTube will do or what will become of YouTube. Somebody could buy it out and it could become somebody else, somebody else's thing. My point is, you still want to have the idea that you were here and that you were an inspiration. All those good things, all those positive things. That's what it was all about. So it helps if you can, have fun and make some money and do all of that. That's what everybody aspires to do, I think, with their time. Or at least that's what I think the best way to use your time would be, is if you could be helpful, come back here, Yoshi. Be helpful, be, prosperous, and, just have fun all at the same time. I keep screwing that up. So, you go to these indie signings, these independent author signings, and everybody kind of has similar stories. Hey, we just wanted to put it out there. Some, if you're there thinking, hey, I'm going to be a New York Times bestseller, that you got to crawl before you walk. I'm not saying that you can't become those, you can't do that, because you most certainly can. But that ain't everybody's situation. Not everybody's going to be that lucky, is what I'm telling you. Does that mean you just don't put out stuff because you aren't, you know, on that list? Absolutely not. You still got to put your art out here into the universe. You still have a story to tell. You still matter, okay? So all of that said, it didn't feel like that when they had us in the corner there. So I said, you know what? A friend, she came out there with me, and shout out to Jamie. Jamie, you know, y'all see her in the Mario Party videos and the Mario Kart when she's available. She was like, well, look, I'll help you, you know, get tips and stuff and help you just pretty much figure out your way navigating how all this works. She has bookstore experience, so it helped me out, because not having that and just being happy to show up, I needed to step up to the next level. You understand what I'm saying? I'm proud to report that although in the beginning it seemed very slow and that there was going to be a lack of interest, it was going to be one of those where like, oh, maybe the first book signing, it was going to be a fluke, that people actually did show up and start buying copies. What happened was your boy Alpha Dog Wolf showed up. He brought his mom and everything. He bought another copy of the book. Somehow I think he lost his copy he had before, but we worked it out where I didn't charge him an arm and a leg for another one. But people seeing that there was interest, it, you know, law of attraction. Hey, if it was good enough for this person, now I'm curious. What's good for the goose is good for the gander or whatever. So I was happy that if I wasn't going to sell anything, I at least had my friends there to support me and, you know, hang out with, because from 1 to 4 felt like it could have been an extremely long time. It felt like that could have been an eternity if I was just there, you know, solo. Last go around, Brandon was there with me, but he could not make it this go around, which was unfortunate because he's got creations and things like that that he should be selling, you know? And we had that conversation. I need to get the books to where they're drawn up and not just text. I feel like I could do a lot more with those children's books if they were, you know, with some art. So Brandon, next go around, get more of your stuff there that you can, you know, promote and sell, and maybe look into becoming some kind of artist for books, you know. I think that would be the move. Unfortunately, we're not there yet. And you can't make somebody want something they don't already want for themselves. So I'm still in the process of looking and entertaining who could be the artist for my stuff, because I would really like those 3 children's books to be bigger than what they are. All that said, let's move on to the next level, because I'm also happy to announce that I'm working on 2 more books. So 2 more new books, and actually I'm a 3rd one that I've been writing for a long time. Hopefully sometime this month I find time to get more of it done. I was able to link it all together. I'm going to find a way to make all that happen. So I was done with the Elaina series, but I think there's a 4th one. I have started working on a 4th one. So for those of you who have been following that series, the character has grown up. One of the comments I got was, wait, she ages? And I'm like, yes, Elaina ages as the series goes. The writing level, the reading comprehension is not going to be the same. So really, the first 2 books you could say are children's books. So that 3rd one, not for kids. And I don't think Elaina and the Wolves is going to be like targeted for children. Anybody can read this next one. That's how I see it. So we'll see what happens. I'm just excited to just have stuff out there that people are interested in, and that has my name on it. That's same thing with YouTube. Would love for my channel to be more successful, but hey, I'm having fun making content. For those of you who do watch, you know, and that show up, and the new people that eventually come along, This was the dream, to sit and play video games with my friends and strangers and just talk and chat, and it's kind of my therapy if you think about it. So once again, thank you to everybody. Thank you to those who showed up. I did bring the other Yellow Hat Guy mug. We got that now. It's official. If I didn't show it in other videos, or maybe you only come here to watch Mario Maker, it is for sale. The links are all over the videos in the description if you're watching on the computer. I think if you're on your phone, you might be able to see the stuff too, but the links to the store and everything, all of that is there. So we'll pivot from that to, let's talk some more Mario stuff. I was talking about Mario Maker 2, hopefully getting some kind of update. Maybe Nintendo does some stuff like that. They could turn around and say, hey, Mario Maker 3, which, you know, a lot of people would want to see that as well. But if they don't get around to that, there were rumors which have looked to, it seems like it's been debunked, right? And it's not that Nintendo can't do this, it's just that the sources were lying. They were saying that there would be a new Super Mario Bros. Collection for Switch. And I can see that. Why? Because I don't really want it. Because I don't want it, it makes sense that they'll do it, right? They're 3DS games, one of them a Wii game. You could easily port that over and upscale the graphics, and I think that would be a layup for Nintendo. But it turns out it's not true. It was a lie. Somebody like superimposed or photoshopped a cover of the original games and tried to make it look like it was going to be something brand new. Sucks again that it was a lie. But speaking of lies, Beatemups. Some of y'all probably watch him and don't watch me, or you're only watching this because I'm mentioning him, and all that's fair. He is a liar. He has went out of his way to say that certain games were going to show up on Switch 2, some of which we knew. You know, we heard stories of Metaphor ReFantazio showing up. But he doubled down and said, hey, I can't tell you, but my source says, you know, we're going to have... What am I supposed to do with this? We're going to have like a Metal Gear Solid game and what have you. All that's supposed to show. Can I get in here with this? It looked like it wanted me to go to the right, though. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm surprised I haven't died yet. All the talking and rambling I've been doing. Total surprise for me. And then you got that annoying ghost there. But listen, he lied about all that stuff. He made it sound credible by saying, hey, there's going to be an Animal Crossing teaser at the end. For most of July, it looked like there was not going to be a Nintendo Direct. But sure enough, right at the tail end, literally July 31st, there was a Nintendo Direct. Except that it wasn't. It was a partner showcase. And while those games were just, it wasn't what we all wanted and hoped for, unfortunately. But then there were stories of another Nintendo Direct, except it wasn't. It was an Indie Direct. And the Indie Direct seemed more interesting than the partner showcase, even though I didn't watch the Indie one. Mainly because there's no expectations for the Indie Direct. The partner showcase didn't even follow up on any of the games we saw in the initial Nintendo Switch 2 reveal. And by reveal, I don't mean just the reveal of the system, but like when they finally got around to like showing off the content. You gotta remember, these don't actually hurt you, but this guy actually starts, he starts jumping, and that's what hurts you. Okay, I was scared the axe was gonna hit me. Alright, we got through that. Hello, Governor. So, you know, the Indie Direct, and then the Partner Direct was meh. It just wasn't, it wasn't it, okay? So, it seemed like the very beginning of the year, we saw the Switch 2. Here it is, you know, June, they revealed it and it's out, and then here we are, July, and we're waiting on games. Donkey Kong has come out. We've got the Mario World, but that's not enough. There still needs to be a couple more heavy hitters, and we're still waiting on Metroid. We're still waiting on, you know, something, you know, a little bit more of a variety, because we're not getting that from the second party games yet. Where is Final Fantasy VII Remake? Why has that not shown up yet? I don't know. I'm just questioning what's going on. Now, to be fair, if it feels like a soft release, like a soft launch, we've had those before. Nintendo has done this before with, you know, other systems that they've released. So this isn't nothing new. I just hate that we're having to do this again with everything going on. Now, what I will say is Switch 1 has a vast library. Oh man, I didn't mean for that to hit me. Seriously? Can you crush that, please? At least got the safe, the check. Oh, this thing is still doing its thing. I jumped too high. Jumped way too high. What was I saying? You know, they pretty much have a established library already. But for some people, it's like, well, why get a Switch 2 when there's still Switch 1 games being put out? And they did put out... where's my retainer? Should have had a... Let's hide over here. Take a minute to learn. It's like, why get a Switch 2? But what you learn is Nintendo is slowly raising the prices of not only the games for Switch 2, but the accessories, the prices have gone up. Can you smash that? Yeah, there you go. Just keep going. I don't know that he'll keep doing that. I need him to. Okay, that actually worked out. I just don't know if I was like forgoing any items, or maybe that was like a pit down there. Just no way to really know. And this is a creative level here. I desperately need that flower. Lord knows I don't know how I would have made it through that without it. Okay. But they've also raised the price of the OLED and, you know, the Switch system itself, I think. So all of that's gone up. And that's an incentive to say, why pay more for that when you could have just got the original? Now, Target and some of these other stores have already raised their prices. But I think the pawn shops are not hip to this yet and have left the prices the way they are. So if you're just looking to have a Switch or an additional Switch, now's the time to quickly go ahead and take care of it, because all you hear is tariff, 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 and they haven't gone away. They've just been paused. It's very unfortunate. So, you know, Beatemups lied. He said it was an experiment that he did all... Oh, wait, I was supposed to be paying attention and catching some of this. Oh, well. And then the weird Mario shoos me away. Okay. Let's go ahead to this level. He wanted to experiment and show how leaks work. It's like, dude, That's not the way to do it. Did he honestly know that there were going to be... Did he honestly know there was going to be a Nintendo Direct? That's really what I'm wondering about. He says he has a source. He can't tell you the source. And, you know, it was just very weird how all that transpired. But the games, you know, they sounded legit. They sounded legit. And I still think Metaphor has a chance to show up on Switch 2. And we know an Animal Crossing will show up. There were theories out there that you're going to be able to drive cars and stuff like that in the next Animal Crossing and do more side quests besides the usual. Most recently, a patent was put out from Nintendo that shows the Joy-Con 2, and has an attachment on it almost like a reel for a fishing reel. So the motion controls are so much better on, you know, the Switch 2 one, on their Joy-Con 2. And maybe the fishing mini games look so much better. How cool would it be if Nintendo got Dreamcast? You know, they said, hey, we got they have Game Boy, but they have Genesis games. What if they stepped it up and got Dreamcast games on their online service? Because Dreamcast allegedly had a bunch of fishing games and things like that that people enjoyed. So if they do that, oh boy, that would be fun. There's some, you know, fishing mini games in the Zelda games, right? So it's gonna be a gimmick, but it could be a short-lived one that people enjoy for the moment, and hopefully they don't charge $50 for the little plastic add-on to your Joy-Con. Holy crap! That one doesn't count. I was trying to get my bearings together. So we just go down here. What happened? Mario started changing colors. But, you know, it's like, how did he know there was going to be a Direct? And maybe he didn't know anything at all. He was just lucky that a Direct actually appeared on the 31st. And I would rather him say, hey, my source was wrong, I'm sorry, versus, no, you actually were playing with people's emotions. You were lying and manipulating your audience. That's not cool at all. So I know he had a Nintendo partnership at one time, but not only did he stand up for the completionist, who is not a favorite person of mine anymore, he felt like it came off, and I don't know him personally, right? So I'm trying to pick my words carefully, because I don't hate the guy, I just refuse to watch his content anymore, okay? And the only reason why I know about the stuff that we're talking about today is simply because other channels that I do enjoy mentioned it and pointed out, hey, he's not known as a leaker and he wouldn't do this if it wasn't true. Except that he's pretty much a douchebag. And he did do it for attention and to get views. And I understand that people do this to, you know, cross certain thresholds and what have you, but that ain't it, man. That's not it. Mushroom, please. Okay, there's the mushroom. Okay, so we're not going to be able to defeat them. We just got to keep booking it. And I was going to say, hopefully this is the end. Whew, and it looks like it is. So, I am happy with that. So we are in the second world here. I might finish the first two and call it. We'll just see how it plays out. I only have 11 lives. That means I've been terrible at these mini games, y'all. Especially this one. I mean, this is the anxiety right here. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but excuse me, a little gassy, burping and everything live on stream for you. First time I've had cereal in, I don't know, 2 months. I've got some milk in the fridge that it's gonna go bad if I don't drink it, y'all. And so I said, you know what? Rather than eat my leftovers, let me go ahead and start using some of that. Is there anything on the left here? You know, I felt sorry for the kid. He goes through depression just like I do and everything. He claims Nintendo kind of dropped him from their, you know, contract or whatever. You know, they had this little contract for some of the creators, the content creators, because he made videos talking about his struggles with mental health. And while I don't agree with Nintendo doing that, that's Nintendo's decision. So then he makes like a non-Tendo podcast, and I guess this is his way of, like, I don't know, sticking it to Nintendo fans. I don't know what the thought is, honestly. I do know I need another one of these if I'm going to be successful. I need to make it out of here with one of these. Is another one going to show up? Because I feel like you're going to need this in one of these areas here, right? Okay, so there's an arrow, but is that arrow lying to you? Why is it telling you to go down here? Let's not go this way yet. Wait, I can just... Okay. I will take it. I will take that. I was like, can I just hover over that? Yeah, we were able to hover over it. So let's leave an actual stamp. I like leaving stamps now that I figured out how to do that. This is my favorite stamp, by the way, is that one. The Beat It. You know, it's my favorite one so much that I'm going to pull out my phone and take a picture of it. And then make some kind of... make some kind of picture of my own with it. Yeah, we want to pin the Mario Maker album. So I just did that. I'm going to crop this. We got to crop that photo to not show my TV and everything in it. But just to show, like, hey, other yellow hat guy beat it. Yeah. And then I can make a separate one that just has just that image in it. Just the beat it part. And I was wondering, like, can I save it as a new... I'm wondering, can I save that as a new picture? Save as a duplicate. Yeah, I did that. That looks really good. You're not going to be able to see it on screen, but I took a moment to make that into some kind of portrait, and I am happy with that. So let's move on. But I was not happy with what he did. I was going to put out some kind of video talking about it. I just never got around to it. I honestly didn't want to give him more attention or seem like a hater, even though you can tell me that I am and I don't really care. I think what he did was scummy. I think it was lame. And I don't understand anybody who is taking up for him on that. These levels are just really in your face. He's got a thwomp trying to kill me. Look at that. And this anxiety-infused music. Okay. So we go down here. I'm assuming there's lava, and there is. Oh, shoot. We've got to let that do its thing. Well, that sucks. Okay. So we've got an idea of what needs to happen here. I can't remember. Do you press X and it cracks I think you do. So you can duck under the bullet bills if you can press X, and let's just test that out right now. So is it just R? I gotta get that button down pat, y'all. It seems like I'm jumping out of the shells and not trying to... Oh, you just press down. Okay, all I had to do was press down. What happened there? I was pressing down, and maybe it's only down on a flat surface, and you can't do it in the lava. That could be what the case is here. Yeah, see, I'm able to do that. But I probably can't here. I'm gonna have to keep jumping over all this crap. And let it do that. Yeah, there we go. Hurry up. Hurry the heck up, man! Dragging your heels and I'm getting shot at. Alright, so before I turn on the rage gauge, we're just gonna give it the college try here. See what we come up with. See how quickly that's going there? Maybe it's because the bricks are there and it has, you know, more recovery time. It's just still annoying either way. Alright, hurry up. See, why are you taking a year to do that? Let's keep it going. But I've been working out, y'all. I'm proud of myself. I know nobody cares, but hey, 2 weeks in a row, every day, showing up. And I've been doing it at the house. But for me and my age, I think that's something to be proud of. I had eclipsed 200 pounds, slightly, 200 pounds. And now we are back down to 190. So I've probably lost maybe 15 pounds. Ooh, 15 pounds. And the rage gauge is on. I'm still pretty much in the yellow, if I'm being honest. I'm not really angry or anything. I am frustrated with that one, pillar or whatever it is that is taking its time. It's like I have no room to move. I have none. So the fact that you're just, like, why can't I go under that? I'm really irritated that I'm not able to go under that thing. And what happens is, okay, can we just stay alive right here? What's the point? Should I jump out of that? But you can't go down there anyway. Okay. Well, you'd have been screwed. Oh gosh. You need to keep the shell the whole time. Where is a checkpoint? I gotta do that crap all over again? So, yeah. I'm speechless. I can't believe that the whole level resides on me. How do I still get hit there? That was over my head. thing resides on me being in the shell. I was like, if that's just a section of it, that's cool. But the whole time? No, that's discouraging. We got a new pet. We got a fish that, you know, has stayed alive for the last 2 weeks. I was dating somebody. We were trying to see what was going on with the fish, because no matter what, the fish were just dying. Well, I screwed that up. Can another one come out of here? I might as well just end it. Oh wait, one just showed up right there. So, what? What are you doing? He kicked it instead of just jump. There we go. Screwed that up. Anyway, fish, got a new fish. This time switching from goldfish to beta. I have a beta fish, just one, not two. I know if you get like multiples, because I've had them when I was younger, they like to get stressed out, and if you leave them in the same tank together, they'll eat each other, and they're just not friendly towards one another. All that said, I feel like there's something with the pH balance of the tank. So you can stay smushed here. I like that. Look at all this. Jerks. Let me just leave them alone. That was stressful. There's no... Oh, there was a checkpoint. Okay, we'll take the rage gauge off now that that's gone. This is classic Mario right here. Just gotta move fast enough. Okay, we'll just book it since I got hit. Let's get through that. Anything hidden over here? No. Let's fall down to the left slightly. It looked like there was something going on to the right. No idea what's going on over here, though. Okay, that looks like a trap. Oh god, my nerves. Was it worth going this way? I honestly don't know what's happening right now. But this could be something that you need here. And it is. It's a mushroom. Okay, so we got a mushroom. So it was worth going this way. This is a pretty good balance here. I'm going to give them that. Because the difficulty really stepped up right here. This could be as, you know, laid back as I am. You need a key. Holy crap, so I didn't go farther enough. This could be World 8 type vibes here. Dang it. And you definitely have to do something here, so I can't just jump over stuff like I did in the other one. I was supposed to go back left farther enough. So we already screwed that up with the mushroom. Maybe there's just maybe something else further down here. Let's not let them... There's the key right there. Oh man, I was supposed to go all the way up here. All good though. We can still somehow make this work, even though we screwed up the mushroom. We just have to get really lucky and not die here. So just watch, just be patient. Another one is coming. Boom, you got this. Another checkpoint, please. Another checkpoint would be nice. There is not another checkpoint. But look, that's the switch right there. We just need to do this. Should I just go back down here? Can I just do that? Yeah. There might have been something else up top there. And I would hate to have to do all this over again if I need to. Okay. Let's be patient. Let that come up. Jump here. Just run, run! There we go. We did it. Alright. Down here. Another checkpoint. Is there a Bowser over here? What is this? Okay, a mushroom. I'll take that. There's nothing in this room. There's a one-up. It must be a boss right here. Of course there is. Where did he go? How did I... Oh, he got me there. There was a checkpoint, though. Did that not count as a hit? I'm getting extremely lucky here. Oh, okay. Those were hits. I didn't hear any sound effects or anything, so I didn't know if they were hits or not. That was a fun level. I tip my cup to you, sir. That was a really good level right there. That's the most fun level I've had in a while. It was stressful at parts. I love that. And I have to let them know, like, I'm going to actually type this out. I loved this level. It's very rare that you get that from me. So yeah, speaking of love, you know, trying to figure all that out. So, you know, some relationships just, you know, didn't work out, but we're still going to keep moving. It gets complicated as you're dating and you get older and everything, but, you know, it's all good. It is all good. Okay, so look, I think I'm going to end it there. I know I said I was going to talk about those 3 things, and I just thinly veiled talked about the last one. I didn't get enough time to go into detail there, but, you know, it is what it is. I would tell you that never give up, still have hope, just keep pushing forward, just try to do the best that you can with what you got, when you got it, however long you got it. And things are going to be fine. You've got to protect this and try to have, you know, some sense of purpose. Because life is hard. It's not easy. These are all cliche things I'm saying right now, but they're just reminders to myself as well. Okay? So stay blessed, stay tuned, stay positive, be happy. I hope to see you again soon. But hey, if I don't, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Like, comment, subscribe. Other Yellow Hat Guy is out.